Professional athletes often make millions of dollars throughout the course of their careers. Often, thousands of hours are spent in the gym to bring their dreams to life. What if I told you the amount of time learning to manage their millions is almost zero? What if I told you the list of former athletes that are now broke, homeless, or both would shock you? Welcome to HBD Sports, and today we have a special piece about flashy jewelry, foreign cars, and keeping up with the Joneses. But what happens when the music stops? What happens after sports? Athletes often spend countless hours working on their craft, hoping to make it as a professional. Many have dreams of multi-million-dollar contracts and shoe deals in the back of their minds. The lights, fame, and glory surely dominate the thoughts of young athletes. Money management is a skill that often slips through the cracks, which isn't good in a world where the majority of income is made before the age of 30. This video isn't meant to ridicule anyone. I mean, after all, millions of Americans deal with the same financial difficulties. I just want to dig a little deeper and go over a few social pressures and behaviors that might be at the root of the issue. What would cause a person who has more money than the average member of the population to go bankrupt? One of the problems athletes face is people preying on their money. For every good agent and financial advisor, there are nefarious ones waiting for opportunities to take advantage of them, similar to a way sharks sense blood in the water. Learning to know the difference between the two is of utmost importance for young athletes. Knowing what a solid investment is a skill that should be taught at the high school level to everyone, really. Understanding financial limitations is another issue many young athletes face. Learning about taxes, paying agents and union fees while wanting posh houses, expensive jewelry, and an exotic car or two could basically have an athlete living check to check. Learning to live within limits while keeping the future in mind should be on the checklist of important skills as well. Gambling has also been a pitfall of many athletes. Antoine Walker's well-documented past should be viewed as a cautionary tale for young athletes across the world. Walker grossed over $100 million in his NBA career, and it's unfortunate that he gambled a large chunk of it away. This, paired with the houses, cars, and jewelry, was Walker's downfall. He would go on to file bankruptcy late in his career. I think it's important to point out here that the NCAA could do a better job of preparing their young men and women. After all, money management is a lifelong skill and would impact them for a lifetime. The NCAA seems to blatantly disregard the future well-being of their athletes. I'm assuming they have plenty of accountants and competent financial minds handling their billions of dollars a year. Billions only made possible by these athletes. But that's a topic for another video. The average NFL player will make far less during the course of their career than athletes from other sports. NFL players also have higher risk of injury than other athletes, and their contracts aren't guaranteed. NFL players are 3 times more likely to file bankruptcy than the average citizen. This makes it even more important for football players to keep their financial future in mind. When you consider the amount of revenue generated by the NFL, it makes you wonder whose best interest the union is really looking out for. Reggie Bush said it best on Texans great Arian Foster's program, and hopefully his words are taken seriously by players in the future.
This league will chew you up and spit you out quick.
Yeah, they don't care.
You know what I mean? And they don't care. They don't care. Like, as soon as you stop making tackles, as soon as you stop scoring touchdowns, as soon as you stop bringing in revenue for them, selling jerseys, they're done with you.
On to the next.
And that's it. And they go on to the next one, and they just keep recycling that. And it's a cycle that breaks men.
Yeah.
In the NBA, the amount of money earned over the average career is about 10 times that of the average NFL football player. Other than a course at the Rookie Symposium, there isn't much offered by the league in terms of financial advice for kids. Kids who were just eating ramen noodles in college dorms a few months prior. Athletes from every sport have had their documented struggles with these same issues, including 2 of the highest grossing boxers of all time, and Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. On the baseball diamond, World Series hero Curt Schilling lost it all on a bad investment in a video game company. Let's be honest about another factor. Young people spend more money than older people do. Being in your early 20s and a millionaire would leave many with the impression that the contracts and endorsements would keep rolling in forever. But what happens when the party's over? What happens when the music stops? In the end, the responsibility lies on the young athletes and their families to get them prepared for the world. But it almost seems as if the system is set up to keep social pressure on and the knowledge of how to manage money just out of reach. Until it's too late, that is. In a world where athletes are seen as overhyped divas, it's important to keep in mind that we're all human beings dealing with the same challenges. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I would also love to know your thoughts on this topic in the comments.